So page 8. Yes, please. I think we need the lights. Oh, I think my hand is doing that. Thank you. So page 8 for the homage to the Triple Gem. Yusu Bhagawa Arahan Sama Sambuddho Swakato Yena Bhagavata Dhammo Supatipanno Yassa Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Dhammayang Bhagavantang Sadhammang Sasaṅkhang Imehi Sakkare Hiyatarahan Aropitehi Abhipujayama Sadhuna Bhante Bhagava Suchira Parini Putopi Pachima Janata Nukampamanasa Ime Sakkare Dugata Panakara Pute Patiganhatu Amhakang Digaratang Hitaya Sukhaya Arahan Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅkhang Namami Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagava arahan samma sambuddho vichacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhammasarati sattva deva manusanang buddho bhagava tamahang bhagavantang abhipujayami tamahang bhagavantang sirasa namami. Supatipan swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehipasiko
Opanayiko pachatam veditabo vinyuhi tamahang dhammang abhipujayami tamahang dhammang sirasa namami. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho Yayapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho Samicipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani atta purisa pugala esa bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakhineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttaram Punya Ketam Lokasa Tamahang Sanghang Abhipujayami Tamahang Sanghang Sirasa namami.
So we're going to chant the Buddha's words on loving kindness. Next, on page 15, we're going to chant that in English. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, not busy with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise will later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety. May all beings be happy. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born, may all beings be happy. Let none deceive another, or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another, even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness
over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, ours and unbounded, free from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to false views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being free from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, I'm going to lead a guided meditation now. So going to be a combination of metta and loving kindness and compassion. You just leave the lights for me on. Thank you. So sit comfortably and relax into your sitting posture. Take a few gentle breaths. Slow, gentle breath. The first one is slower. The next one is slower than the first one. And remind yourself to relax. Bring your awareness to the present moment. Be aware how your body feels like. Feel the contact between your buttocks and your cushion, or the buttocks and your chair. All the contact point. Hard, soft, pain, discomfort. Relax into it. If there's any part that you feel that's uncomfortable, and you would like to move your body, move it gently and slowly. Stay in the open, spacious, neutral, present moment, in silence. Take a deep breath. Breathe in the peace and silence in this hall. Feel the peace here. Feel the coolness. Take another breath. Breathe in the cool, calm air. Feel the peace. Touches the beautiful peace surrounding you. You are immersed in peace. Take another breath. Breathe in the peace. When you breathe out loving kindness. Breathe out goodwill to everyone in this hall. Now breathe in your difficulties, pain, discomfort in the body. Breathe it in. When you breathe out love, ease, and peace. Breathe in your dukkha, your pain, and difficulties in the body, all your challenges. Bring it in, breathe it in all the way in. Breathe into your heart. When you breathe out, turn it into loving kindness, ease, and peace. Breathe in your difficulties, your challenges. Bring it in, breathe it in, into your body, your heart. When you breathe out love. Breathe out ease and peace. Keep breathing in the challenges, breathing in the discomfort, breathing in the pain. When you breathe out loving kindness, ease, and peace. Now bring your loved ones, can be your mother, your child, grandchild, or friend, into your mind. Breathe in the discomfort, challenges, or difficulties of that loved one. Breathe in the discomfort and difficulties or challenges. When you breathe out loving kindness. You breathe out release. You breathe out ease to the loved person. Once again, breathe in the discomfort or distress of the loved one. When you breathe out loving kindness. To the loved one. Breathe in the challenges and distress of the loved one. Breathe it in and breathe out relief, ease, and loving kindness to the loved one. You can be very creative here. You can breathe out yellow roses or even a cup of tea to the loved one. Something that they find comfort in. Breathe in the distress or difficulties of your loved one. And when you breathe out relief, breathe out ease, loving kindness to your loved one. Now choose someone you do not know well in this hall. Bring the person, a neutral person, to mind. It can be anyone. Breathe in their difficulties, challenges, and then breathe out. Breathe out goodwill. Breathe out loving kindness to that person. Breathe in the challenges and difficulties of the neutral person. When you breathe out loving kindness, care, and support. Breathe in the difficulties and challenges of the neutral person. When you breathe out loving kindness, goodwill, and care. Breathe in the challenges, difficulties of the neutral person. When you breathe out goodwill, loving kindness, and care. Now bring up someone who is sick and unwell to mind. Someone in the hospital or someone that is caught up pain, difficulties. Breathe in their suffering, their pain, their difficulties. When you breathe out love, breathe out ease, breathe out care and support. Breathe in the suffering and difficulties of someone that is sick or unwell. When you breathe out loving kindness, ease, and care. Breathe in the difficulties and suffering of someone that is sick or unwell. When you breathe out ease, peace, and care. Now Now breathe in the suffering and difficulties of yourself and all beings. And when you breathe out loving kindness, peace, and good wishes to yourself and all beings. Breathe in the difficulties and suffering of yourself and all beings. When you breathe out peace, loving kindness, and good wishes to yourself and to all beings. Breathe in the suffering and difficulties of yourself and all beings. When you breathe out loving kindness, breathe out peace, and breathe out good wishes to yourself and to all beings. bring yourself back into present moment. Bring yourself to this neutral, open, peaceful space. Stay in silence. Relax into this moment. We are coming towards the end of the meditation. Spend a few moments to reflect on how the meditation has been for you. Is it difficult to breathe in the pain and suffering of others? You're able to breathe out peace, love, and care to others and to yourself. I'm going to ring the bell, and you come out from the meditation at the end of the sound of the bell, and open your eyes. The guided meditation just now, you can use it even outside the meditation, the sitting meditation. I was in a podiatrist a while ago with Ayya. The podiatrist waiting room is quite small. Sitting in front of us at the time was a mother and a daughter. I remember that they are arguing and fighting. And there's nothing at a certain time that you can do. I cannot interfere with the argument or fight. Only thing that I can do is to sit there, to breathe in their frustration, their upset, and their difficulties, and breathing out, sending them love and relief. All I can do is just keep on sitting there and just keep on breathing in their difficulties and their frustration and sending them love and sending them relief and peace. There are lots of times that we can't do, not like the story that I told you about picking the person up from the drain and take them to the hospital or to the doctor. Another situation that this can be very useful is when you're sitting with someone that's very sick. Or in my experience, when I was sitting with my grandmother, when she was dying, there's nothing I can do because that is the last day, last few moments of her life. Only thing I can do is to breathe in her difficulties, her suffering, and her pain at the time. When I breathe out, breathing out peace, love. So that is something that you can practice and cultivate and can be used during your meditation when you're sitting on a cushion. And sometimes you, in the suitable situation, you can use that wherever you are. Just like me sitting in the waiting room at the podiatrist, that feeling the difficulties and frustration of the mother and the daughter. The only thing I can do is to breathing in and breathing out, sending them love and care. So I leave this to you. I think the next session is, do you need a break to come back? Thank you. I would like to take 5 minutes break, a bathroom break, and I'll be back. And you can take a break and take a walk or moving around, and I promise I'll be back. I will not run away from these sessions.
Thank you for being patient. Is everyone back? Should I start now? Dear Ayya Seri, I have a strong desire to ordain as a bhikkhuni. I did have an opportunity to become a monastic, but life circumstances make it difficult. And now I'm too old. So I'm thinking I can do it in my next life. Assuming in my next life we'll be reborn as a human being. A big assumption. Can you please advise what I can do now and for the rest of my life that will place me and my mind in the most favorable position for ordination to happen? Much metta. Continue your practice on the Eightfold Path. There's nothing else that you can do. And if you are not married, so put in as much time as you can in the practice. Coming to retreat, keeping the precepts. And that whether you're monastic or a lay person, that's what we are all aiming to, is to end suffering. And you can do it as a lay person as well. And whether you come back in whatever situation and conditions you are, and that will put you in a very good situation. Another, I'm not sure some of you will know one of the sutta. I've been reading that out. I can't remember whether it is in Samyutta Nikaya or Anguttara Nikaya, called Mahanama. And the Buddha told Mahanama, his cousins, that he do not need to worry for where he's going to reborn. As long as he live alive, that is keeping his precepts, that we have been talking about, the 5 precepts, and leaning himself, inclining himself, slanting himself towards Nibbana. And at the end of your life, this life, whenever the life being chopped off, you drop onto the leaning towards Nibbana. So when the next life or the next life, you will continue with wherever that you stop being chopped off. So-called chopped off when we die. That's what I mean. So that's what we all need to do. And whether you would like to continue to be a bhikkhuni or a bhikkhu, and all of us would like to continue to walk the spiritual life until hopefully all of us are aiming for the end of suffering. Even though you're not, you are like the sutras I read out. If not, at least you know you go to a good place the next life. But continue your practice. And I'll read out again the part that they say, whenever these things that are skillful, blameless, praised by sensible people, and when you undertake them, they lead to welfare and happiness, then you should acquire them, keep them. And that's what the Buddha say. Keep on practicing. Not just you, so is monastic like me. There's no other things that I would like to do. And I wish you the same. Continue to walk on the Eightfold Path. And especially for the person who aspire. And I wish that you aspire to end suffering rather than just aspire to be a monastic next life. So they end suffering this lifetime, whether you're monastic or not. And you continue the work if you cannot reach your goal this lifetime. I'll answer your question, and I will have, I can answer some questions tomorrow. So after this, if you have some more questions, you can write down and put it into the basket that I can try to answer tomorrow. How to get rid or reduce being emotional? Thank you. Well, by keeping your precepts, give you the boundaries, and practicing your 4 Brahma Viharas. Practicing metta, loving kindness, compassion, and equanimity, and the rejoicing. And especially the aspect of being the equanimity, so that you will not, I will talk a bit more about what equanimity means tomorrow, that you will be not get too involved with what is happening. I assume emotional can be anything that this person mentioned in the questions. The emotional aspect can be the writing on the wall, that you have been being conditioned, whatever experiences that you experience, and the trigger of your emotion. If you have more understanding or start practicing more on the aspects such as equanimity, then you will not have that reaction immediately. And the rest of the Eightfold Path, such as mindfulness, you're mindful that you're starting to get emotional, either it is anger, sadness, or whatever emotion that you're talking about. When your mindfulness is there, by practicing mindfulness and walking and sitting meditation, your alertness and awareness is sharpened. So when you feel, for example, I'm using the example of anger, that is one of the emotions. When you're feeling it, you either because your face get red, or your heart start pounding really fast, you're aware of it, and you remind yourself, hey, I am getting into the danger zone. This is one of the emotions I'm talking about. So be familiar with what is your reaction of your emotional discomfort that you mentioned. So when you're aware of it, and take steps to be mindful and not to go overboard, and before you go full-blown anger. So you just remind yourself, okay, take care, or walk away from whatever situation you're in. So you got to pre-plan and know yourself, know about what is happening right now, and have loving kindness, love for yourself, have compassion for yourself. It's okay, I'm being emotional. And you cannot get rid of things. You can't better in handling it. You can be wiser, and whatever that comes, you accept that it is happening and take steps to reduce it. And eventually, just like any defilements, eventually you might be able to work to reduce it to the point that you can handle it. Because there's a big, wide situation. Because each time the emotional comes is because of contact with something, which I have been talking about the writing on the wall. The contact of, in my case, I'm talking about the beef and the mutton. That is my contact. Your contact, the trigger of the emotional outbreak or your emotional reaction can be someone or something that someone say or the situation you're in. So you'll be aware of that. You if you just knew that it is happening, you cannot manage it, turn around and just say, sorry, I need to leave. So those are the things that you need to, with the whole practice, there's no one thing that you can do. So that is, and congratulations, you are on the Eightfold Path. You started the path, the journey, and you're aware of that you don't like the emotional situation or emotional outbreak you have. So that's the first step. At least you're mindful of it now. And the next step is keep on practicing. Wish you luck. Salutations, Venerable Ayya Seri. Criminals would love to master loving kindness. They would be invincible to all weapons and harm. They will not, because you use the word criminals. So criminals, I assume, they have unwholesome body, speech, and mind. So they will not be able to keep the precepts. So if they are doing the things that just causes hurt or harm other beings, they cannot be able to master loving kindness. And they will not be invincible to all weapons and harm. Remind us, second note, remind us of a very unforgettable Ajahn Brahm's joke of inmates keen to learn meditation so that they could float over the prison walls. There will be so many new converts. That's true. Because the floating over the prison walls might not be just physically floating. They can be floating above with loving kindness, even though they're inside the prison. It is unpleasant. Actually, if you think about it, all of us are in prison. In prison of our defilements, in prison of our emotional discomfort, in prison of all our desires, our wants. That's prisons. So imagine that that's why all of us want to be floating. We might not be able to get out of the prison yet, samsara, until we end suffering, until nibbana. But at least you do not want to be in the prison and have dukkha, suffering, and you have double dukkha, already suffering, you got more suffering. At least we got means, in a way to make the prison terms more palatable at the moment. But the fact that we are practicing is the goal is to end suffering, not to remain in prison forever. So all of us are the converts, including myself. Because I would like to be floating, not physically floating in my mind. And be lifted up by compassion, peace, love, kindness. And from there, hopefully it will lift me up all the way to end suffering. Appreciate the beneficial topics, suttas on the talks. May you have continuous, transformative cultivation in the new year. Thank you. The same to you. Dear Ayya, during meditation, my mind keeps wandering to random thoughts, sometimes unskillful, unwholesome thoughts. I try to reel it, will it back, but usually I'm unsuccessful. Through this, I'm clearly see the mind is not mind. Wonderful. I'm inclined to let it be, but I'm also worried that I end up allowing the mind to manifest unwholesome and unskillful behaviors in real life. I assume something like searching or asking your guidance, please. Thank you. It's great for meditation, and when we are quiet down, then we can see our mind. All of us do that in life. You can see that the busyness, whatever we do, we don't have many moments of quietness. We keep on stuffing our mind up without space, doing something, doing this, doing that. So when we sit down now, and there is no social media, not much stimulation, no television, even though you might look at your phone, but it's still reduced compared to the outside world. So you have a chance to really see what is happening in our mind when you sit down. So whatever pop up, one of the trick is you can't stop it from popping up, because that is how you live our life. So in whatever we do, and one of the tricks is initially let it be, but don't get involved in it. Do what like you're watching the television, all the unwholesome things. Don't buy into it. That takes skill. You can't do it immediately. You need to, just like going to the gym, you need to train your muscle. So you need to train the muscle of our mind. So we just, this time for this weekend retreat, you work out a little bit more of your mind. You can just sit there and just watch. And probably if you pay full attention, the first day, you probably cannot catch it at all. And today you might find that, hey, slow down a little bit. Tomorrow, you might slow down, probably from your unwholesome thoughts. I'm talking about that coming out. It might be coming out at 70 kilometers per hour or 80 kilometers per hour. Today might be 60, tomorrow might be 50. So I encourage you to keep on meditating, keep on practicing. And if you're worried about the unwholesome thoughts come out, keeping precepts is your boundary. Whatever you do, remind yourself, am I doing this causes hurt or harm myself or others? If it is, don't do it. If it is not, do it. You can, and also allow yourself to make mistakes and to be kind and compassionate to yourself. It's okay, you cannot catch it all the time, but keep doing it. So persistence is your virtue. You remember the stories that we all know, the race between the rabbit and the turtle. Be a turtle. Take your time, but you still will get there. And the rabbit can run, the bunny, run too fast and don't have the energy, just give up. So keep going, patient. Coming back to the retreat again and again. Coming back to the practice. Go to Dhammaloka for the meditation sessions. Go to the talk. Go to the sutta class to be reminded of the Buddha's teaching again and again. Being brainwashed by the kindness, positiveness, wholesomeness. Eventually your unwholesomeness will be lesser and lesser. Try it out, give it a go. Dear Ajahn, sometimes I like to work to get leaves for retreat. and going to monasteries for dana, which is guilty and just wondering. It's bad karma, cancer by good karma. I know karma subject is Buddha's area. Yes, unfortunately. Now you are aware of it. So one of the precepts is not to be truthful, not to tell lies. This is a cultivation. You will not be excommunicated from the Buddhist community. So from now on, you are aware of it and you build in the effort. Okay, I want to go to retreat. I make sure that I have enough leave. That is your cultivation, your practice. If you want to go to dana, apply leave. Or do not go. It's better that you keep the precepts. I can understand that because I used to be a lay person and I would like to go to offer dana in the nuns' monastery. My only day off is Tuesday. But the Dharmasala at the time, they closed on Tuesday. There's nothing I can do. So I'm lucky that I work, at the time I worked like 3 days or 4 days in pharmacy, and 2 days I work as a naturopath. So work as a naturopath, so I work in a clinic for consultation. So I got to pay like 25, well, cheap now you think about it. I'm talking about 30 years ago, okay? Or probably 25 years ago to 30 years ago. So I have to pay $25 or $30 per day to hire the room to practice as a naturopath. Well, I still pay my $35. I just have to tell them that I'm not coming in. Of course, the people don't like it. Because of the arrangement, I need the more patients I have is beneficial to the clinic. But I pay for the room, so if I don't go, I still pay for the room. They don't like it, but they can't. I still didn't break the precepts by continue to pay. So that's something that you can consider. If you don't have any more leave, go to see your employer. Say you would like to attend retreats. Can you take unpaid leave? I was telling people or some people that when I want to ordain or went into the monastery for my first 6 months in the monastery, at the time I need to be in the monastery for 6 months before I can have my head shaven to be ordained as an anagarika. I have to take unpaid leave for 6 months. I went to see my employer, say, I either take unpaid leave or I have to resign. So depending on how determined you are. So try that out. Make a determination for 2025. You will not lie. You're going to tell the truth. If you don't have leave, negotiate a way that you can go. So, we have a free will? No. That is, I think I mentioned in the talk earlier, probably this morning, I talk about there's 3 characteristics of all phenomena. That is anicca, impermanence, and suffering, and non-self. Non-self means we are not in control. I haven't touched it too much about it. And in a way that you think you choose to come here. If I say that, no. It is the causes and conditions that lead you to this point. You've been to listening to talks, you heard about retreats, or your friends told you about retreats that are coming. All these causes and conditions bring you to, I might try it out. Yes, I was signed up for the retreat. No, I don't have anything on. So it is not that you choose to come here. It is the causes and conditions that make it possible. So you're very lucky. You make good karma in the past. Your causes and conditions ripen. I'm aware that there's some cancellation of the retreats. They're meant to come, but they cancel their place because of sickness, because of circumstances. So even though they managed to book in, they could not make it. And I knew someone that suddenly there's something happened. Their family members meant to be in the hospital for surgery, the surgery being cancelled, and they suddenly able to come. So they put in their name on the waiting list, and they got in. So do you think that there is your choices? It is not. So we don't have really, if you go deeper and deeper into the Dharma, into the spiritual journey, it's not your choice. Even though in a way we don't have free will, but we still have some choices. Because sometimes we're being brainwashed. If your friends say that, I'm coming to the retreat, and your friends say, come to the retreat, you say, I want to go to a party. I want to go to the beach. It is true. For our end of the rain ceremony, I invited one of our neighbors to come. She said, if she really wanted to come, she's non-Buddhist, one of our neighbors, and she said she really wanted to come. She liked blessings because the other neighbor told her that, there's blessings, so she liked that. And then, so this time we wrote our invitation, a card especially presented to her, and then she said, she's not working, she will come. She didn't turn up. So we are very kind. The person who in charge of the dana that day, so they packed up some food. So we knock on our neighbor's door, say, there you go, I'm sorry that you couldn't make it. That is some food for you. They say, yeah. I say, are you busy working today? She said, I went to the beach. So you can say that, yeah, the opportunity is there, but she haven't her karma wasn't ripened in a way. So she chose to go to the beach rather than to get the blessings. And one of my neighbor came, and he loved it. He makes sure that he come again. Actually, 2 neighbors. So you can say that in a way we do have some choices they present to us, and the causes and conditions is not ripe for us to make the decision, or it is there. We just need to take the next step, but we didn't. Just like the person who was talking about, would like to become a monastic. It might be at the time just the next step, but circumstances come out. It might be just a little bit push to get you in, which I don't know what is the causes and conditions that make you jump. Well, I sort of reflected on my situation. I'm going to tell you my story next time later. Let's move on. Let's finish this first. You have mentioned previously that you spent a year here at Jhana Grove. What is your favorite season here? And what is your favorite place? I don't like winter. It is so cold. And the nun's cottage is just next to the dam or the lake, whatever you call it. I can feel the cold go into my bones. I have a bit of arthritis, so winter is not my favorite. So as I say, I'm the Goldilocks, autumn or spring. Not summer either. I probably can manage summer, but then I have to, well, suppose I can choose, I love to go out for walks to the bush. So I can go out early in the morning at 4:30 a.m. or 5 o'clock when the sun's up. So yeah, I prefer autumn and spring. And what is your favorite place? I have a place that I call my secret garden, which is you walk all the way up through the nuns' cottages I wrote. You walk all the way up, turn to your, I'm telling you my secret, but it's okay, I can share. And you walk to your left-hand side. You keep walking, and I found there's 2 big trees. They are the Jhana, huge. And between the 2 big trees, there's sheoak land in between. I'm not sure you know the tree sheoak, S-H-E-O-A-K. And the leaves is like pins. And there you go. This is my writing on the wall. I like it because at the time, as I say, I came here after Ayya Vayama passed away. So I remember Ayya Vayama, remembering my teacher, her favorite sheoak. So when I saw that, I said, wow, I like this. And I also like the big trees. And I like to do hacking or headbutting the trees. So you find me weird nuns that just, resting my head onto a tree. I call it a headbutt the tree or a hug a tree. So that is my favorite place to do that. There you go. Let you know my secret. You can try it while you're here. Dear Hajan, how to fall asleep? How to avoid to fall asleep during the meditation? Go to sleep. Go back to your bedroom, lie on your bed, and I haven't talked about lying down meditation. So you're so tired, lie down. You can choose a position that you're not your sleeping position. So if you normally sleep on the side, so you lie down on your back. You even can't, what I did, I have a backpack. So sometimes it's so sore that I need to lie down. And I lie down on my yoga mat. So that is one of the positions that I do to meditate or focus on my breath. And then if you fell asleep, let go, let yourself to sleep. You must be very tired. Imagine that you come from work, working so hard. And this allowed you to see that you have been pushing yourself too much, putting a lot of stress and, work and tension onto yourself. So relax. You have full permission not to come here for any sessions. You don't need to get up at 5 for the 5:30 session tomorrow morning. Sleep. And then you might find that your meditation is so much better for the next meditation after you have a good sleep, good rest. So even though you might just come here, you spend the whole retreat sleeping, congratulations. That's the idea, to make you stop from your work, from doing things that are outside. Give yourself space. Do whatever requires to relax. Remember that when I say the first day, rule number 1, relax. Rule number 2, relax. Rule number 3, relax. Even though it means sleeping. If you could sleep, that's great. It means you are relaxed enough. You let go enough to sleep. So the first thing is to rest first. Hi, Ayya Seri. I've been meditating for more than 2 years, daily now. However, whenever I go on a retreat, My butt hurts from so much sitting. It feels like bricks. It is pain, something that I should patiently endure, or should I do something about the pain? Do walking meditation. Change your posture. Another posture that I haven't mentioned is standing meditation. If your butt hurts, standing meditation might be a good idea. The other thing is you can invest, like finding the sweet chili. Find the best cushion. Try out all the cushion in the retreat center. You might want to air cushions, and that is something that containing buckwheat. Find it out. It'll be fun to find out. Or the standing meditation I haven't mentioned, talk about it, is because it is very useful that you sit too much, is to stand up. There's so many points there, especially there's 2 stupa. You can stand in front of the stupa. There's a Buddha inside the stupa. It doesn't matter, you're just facing whatever side. I know it is hot at the moment, but it can be a Bodhi tree. Or there's so many beautiful natives outside. Choose a plant. Just stand in front, but preferably in front of the Buddha and or the stupa, and just stand there with your hand next to you. If there's a thoughts come out, you can put your hand in Yanjali and bow down. Bow down to your thoughts, and then continue standing. Same thing like sitting meditation, and just bring your awareness either just to the present moment or to the breath. And when the thoughts come out, you put your hand together, Anjali again, and bow down. I was in the Zen monasteries before I entered into the monastic life, and that's what the monastery do. So there is all different posture. One of them is standing. So all of us standing like you're sitting, all of us stand up in front of the Buddha. So whenever there is a thought, you bow down. So it's a Mahayana monastery. So they have that particular wood stools that you can bow down. I can tell you that initially everyone bowed down very often. After a while, you can see that the frequency reduces. Just like sitting meditation, someone say that you have a lot of wandering thoughts. Same thing. So if you find that challenging, try standing meditation. And you can see that after a while, because you really can see it, you bow down less because your thoughts reduces. It's interesting. It's a good exercise to try. And it's good that you start to use a different posture. Certain time might be very useful. I can talk more about it if I got time tomorrow, but not sure. We'll see. But that is the standing meditation that you can use for the pain relief from your butt. It will say thank you to you. How to balance work life and spiritual path? Whenever something at work interests me, I become engrossed and think about it a lot. I get into doing mode so much I start to forget the joy of being. Well, I congratulate you, at least you're aware of it. So that's the first step. You can't balance work life and spiritual path until you have the mindfulness and awareness of you haven't get the balance yet. Or in the topic that we have been discussing, you haven't followed your heart enough. So following your heart is to choose, not free, we don't have free will, but when the opportunity presents to you, you will go with your heart. That is your personal value in your life now, spiritual life. So when you're so engrossed in work, take a break. Don't just keep on working. When it's time to have tea time, stop, have tea. When you have time to have lunch, stop. Remember that we have been talk about the contemplation, the reflection, the meal time. That's the time that to stop, to reflect on your relationship with eating. Take you away from working. Bring you back to present moment. And that allows you to stop. When you stop, remind you of, hey, there's something more important in my life than just working. You work, yes, for interest, but to learn a living. But might not be able to take you all the way to end suffering. But you might say, no, ending suffering is not my aim yet. That's okay, but you don't have a choice now. You are on the way. So the best way is, again, to stop at a certain time, using the time to eat or the time having a tea to stop. Then you pull you back a little bit, give you the space, allow you to have the joy of being. Pay full attention in drinking your cup of tea, not putting your tea next to your work table, working and drinking at the same time. So practicing doing one thing at a time, that will pull you back, give you some space. Give it a go. Try it out. Hello, Ayya Seri. It may be beneficial for some to clarify or elaborate on trusting the heart. Is it intuition, Dharma consciousness, conscious awareness, etc.? Thank you for another wonderful retreat. Trusting the heart is something that you can't describe. You need to take one step at a time. I can say yes, it's intuition. You need to start by doing the whole path. That's why we have been talking about cultivation, keeping the precepts, the 4 Brahma Viharas, the Eightfold Path, mindfulness, meditation, putting the right order, the Eightfold Path. And to the point that, like the Buddha say, to start off with, it's difficult to say how to trust your heart. But as long as you know that what you're doing is skillful, it's not unskillful, it's blameless, it's not blameworthy, it's not criticized by the sensible people. When you undertake them, they do not lead to harm and suffering. Then do it. Trust that. As I mentioned, I have talked about a few examples. When I went to see Ayya Vayama, I can give you another example about my grandma, because I actually, silly enough, I'm advocating for my grandma at the time when I was looking after Ayya. So I have 2 sick persons under my care. I was looking for someone to look after. I cannot be hands-on because I have Ayya. I have to look after, to be staying, even just staying with my grandma. So I could not find someone. I was sort of like having 2 responsibilities. It is very hard. I always remember what Ayya Vayama said to me. She said, don't worry. Remember that, she said to me, remember that what you are doing is with good intention. It is wholesome. You are doing something to help others, to help your grandma, for the benefits of her. Things will work out. That's what I mean about trusting. She was saying that trust your goodness because you are doing the good, the right thing. So the Buddha said, why the Buddha say, it's something that's skillful. Whatever you want to do. I do not know. As simple things as you want to doing more work, putting more time into your spiritual life, rather than spending all your time into the work life. Trust your heart that this is what you want, but you can, by asking this question. The Buddha said, do not rely on logic, do not work it out. Do not try to put a list saying that disadvantage and advantages, and see which one longer. I used to do that, and someone advised me to do that. That is not enough. What is more your personal values in life? That's what we mean by trusting your heart. Only you know what is important in your life. Another story. There's another story. I got so many stories. When after my grandma passed away, one of my cousins contacted me saying, "Oh, she wish she would spend more time with my grandma. Now she already passed away. She could not spend any more time with her." And that is someone that who do not trust their heart. What is important? If with your family members, you know that they are old now, you want to spend more time with them. Trust your heart, that's what you want to do. Do it. Don't wait till next year or next month. Something that happened to me this year. I wanted to call one of our supporters, that someone that I used to live with. Some of you who might know her, Jackie. After I left Jane Brook, I do contact her every 2 or 3 weeks. She's 82, living on her own. So I knew that she was lonely, so I tried to offer my support. And I'm very grateful that she used to offer us a place to stay. So before I left for my trip to Malaysia to see my family, I gave her a call. That's on Thursday, let's say next Thursday actually. So I knew that just something, next month, trust your heart. Something tell me that don't call tomorrow, call now. I'm busy trying to get ready, but I did. I picked up the phone, I spoke to her. I spent an hour with her. She was telling me that all her difficulties, the challenges, but I listened to her. She even wished me well. She passed away next day at 1 p.m. So I'm grateful that I called her, spoke to her. So sometimes you do need to trust yourself and don't wait. Just like I was telling, one of the reasons that I want to, at the time that I'm considering to apply to be an Anagarika, I took 6 months unpaid leave. One of the reasons is I do not want that when I was passing away, I have the regret of, I think that I should have given monastic life a go. So when I feel that I would like to try it, I follow my heart. That's what I mean by trust your instincts, follow your heart. I try it first. Okay, it do not work out, I'll go home and do whatever I need to do. but I make sure that I give it a go first, because that is, I consider, very important in my life at the time. So sometimes you do need to listen. And you know, but we just keep on delaying it. So I hope that answers your questions. If not, send me another note again. Maybe I run out of time. Give less stories. Dear Ayya, what is filial piety from a monastic perspective? Is it still applicable in this upside-down world? How do you reactivate it in daily practice, please? Sadhu, 3 times. For filial piety, I hope everyone understands what it means. That's your relationship or your responsibility to your family, to your parents especially. From my personal perspective, I still think that it is applicable in this world. Your parents, our parents, brought us up. They provide us a shelter, provide us the food to eat, and offer us all the care and support that we need while we are vulnerable. I understand some people might not be as lucky, fortunate. Your parents might not do that, but at least they gave you life. So the least thing we can do is to at least be kind. That's very important to know that whatever they do, that your parents might not be wise enough to do the best thing, but they do their best that they know. So now we are practicing Buddhist. We're practicing Eightfold Path, mindfulness, right effort, all the beautiful 4 Brahma Viharas, dwelling in the God-light space. We can't at least offer our parents kindness. If you can do more, of course, the more can be offer them support, help them to do shopping, help them to do cleaning, or financially, if you help them. As a from the monastic perspective, I do not quite understand, but I do call my mom. My father passed away. I do contact my mom regularly. My mom is 86. She lives in Malaysia with my brother, but I contact her. I make an attempt to I lead a guided meditation on WhatsApp. I haven't done enough. I did do once, 5 minutes. I sent her some chanting in Chinese. That's what that her language that she's familiar with. I'm not quite sure she listened to it. The best way is me. I need to do that. For my grandmother, when she was still alive, so my grandma in Liming, I live with Jackie in Janebrook. I do call my grandma almost every day. And I repeat, Namo Tassa Bhagavata. I'm trying to encourage her, to give her something that she can rest her mind onto. I come up with some words in Cantonese, so I know another language. My grandma speaks Cantonese. That means peace and ease. So I repeat that with her. So I still think that, yes, we have responsibilities. We still can do something for our parents. Even I'm monastics, it doesn't mean that I cannot offer kindness. If I can give you my time, why can't I give my time to my parent, my grandma or my mom? Same thing to you. You can give your time to work, to your partners, to your family. You can at least give a small time of your kindness and care to your family members. How to reactivate it in daily practice. If you can't be personally present, like I'm here, my mom is in Malaysia, I do share merits each time. So we are going to do that before we finish with my mom. When I chant, I have a list of people that I chanted. Those people are unwell. I always include my mom in my chanting. That is the least I can do because I can't be there personally. And I'm going to see her. I try. It's harder as a monastic. I can't just say, I'm going to see you, Mom. It requires a lot of organization, including my family, to be able to receive me. Because my family, as I say, my family, they are not Buddhists. Offering me food before 12 is very hard for them. And they get up late. So I only can have one meal a day. Plus, there's no place, they can't even make it. I find it hard to make sure that I eat before 12. They did. But it is a big effort. So, and you are not monastic, so you should be able to do that much easier than I do. If I can't finish, are you okay that I continue? I'll just keep on going for a few more questions. If not, I'll continue tomorrow. Dear Ayya, I always see scenes in my head during meditation. They are in first-person perspective and are very realistic. They are definitely not memories from this life. What are they? Thank you. This is depending on what stage of meditation that you are in. When you see the scenes, are you in stillness? So if you are in stillness, your mind is very calm, and you are not talking, no thoughts coming, and the scenes might be, and it could be something we call nimitta. But if the scene you see is while your mind have lots of thoughts coming, and you are not in stillness, even though it's not memories in the past, and they are very realistic, it might be either you are activated that part of the brain that you are thinking, and you lost your mindfulness, you're not aware that you're thinking. So you can be two different scenarios or many other scenarios that you need to speak to one of the teacher. You're welcome to speak to me, to make appointment to come and see me, or you speak to any teacher in Dharma Loka that you come across, because I need more information. And I'm not very sure what are they until I know much more of the circumstances of your meditation. So you can write more to me, or you can seriously go to see one of the teacher. Dear Ajahn, what are the allowables to eat when observing 8 precepts? Is it allowable to eat biscuits, avocado juice, biscuits with morning tea when observing 8 precepts? For morning, yes, you can eat anything, basically. There's no restriction. It's only after 12 you have allowables. Things like dark chocolate. So milk is considered to be food. So dark chocolate, even though it is quite difficult in this modern day, I do not have, I normally have dark chocolate that is 95% and above. And I have 90% and above at the moment. So that is one thing that you can have. And so any dark chocolate, as long as they're labeled dark chocolate, about 45% and above. And that is allowable. Cheese Depending where you stay, most of the places, cheese is allowable. Plain cheese. I'm not talking about cheese with, there's all sorts of things can have. Cheese with olive inside and different flavor, so plain cheese. Normally in this tradition, in this lineage, or avocado juice is not allowable. It is not allowable to have avocado juice. You can have orange juice, any fruit juices. You can't. Biscuits is food, so it's not allowable for 8 precepts. But with morning tea, yes, go for it. Anything, as many biscuits as you like. As long as the sun up, you can have anything. So if you're keeping the 8 precepts, you're trying to hold on. So tomorrow, I think now sun's up at 5. So you can just go straight to the hall, have a drink with milk or soy milk, and have biscuits as much as you like. Dear Ajahn, how we start practicing 8 precepts in home? How to deal with family without conflicts? If there's family with conflicts, don't do it. Do not keep the 8 precepts at home if there's conflicts. Harmony, and you do not want to bring, especially if you're keeping the 8 precepts, you're bringing fights and difficulties, conflicts to your family. That defeats the purpose. And you created bad karma. You're meant to be trying to keeping the 8 precepts is one of the spiritual practice, but it's not bringing you peace of mind, harmony. You defeat the purpose. So I recommend do not do it if there's difficulties. I knew that some of our supporters, at least one in my mind, bring up in my mind, they keep the 8 precepts. The partner, husband and wife, there's no problems. The husband do not keep the 8 precepts, but he have no issues with the wife keeping the 8 precepts. The husband might be watching something in his front room, but the wife staying in the back, and she's happily not watching anything. In that situation, go for it. But if not, keep the 8 precepts when you come to the retreats, when you stay in the monastery or hermitage, and or come in Jhana Grove to stay to do your self-retreats. They are the times that you keep the 8 precepts. And that is a skillful way. I must say, I never keep the 8 precepts when I was a lay person. So I did have a deep dive into only keep the 8 precepts, and all the weekend retreats at the time, they are all 8 precepts. So the first day on Friday, you can have I think a bread rolls and some soup. After Saturday, there's no food in the afternoon supply. And then you go home on Sunday. So those times, keep the 8 precepts. This is the only time that I ever kept the 8 precepts. And another time, I work in a pharmacy. Sometimes my shift is 12-hour shift. That is pretty hard. And I cannot dictate the time that I eat. My lunch can go for an hour. An hour means in between, I need to check prescriptions, I need to answer questions. I cannot just say, hang on a minute, I'm on 8 precepts, so I must eat before 12. So I just got to do whatever I can. So I will suggest that if it's not favorable conditions, don't do it. And you do not create bad karma. And for your family members, you want not just you practicing, you want to bring the whole family along. Then that is skillful. So remember the questions, whether go with your heart or your head. Is it unskillful? Is it blameworthy? If this difficulty might cause us is unskillfulness, don't do it. Thank you for caring for my wonderful teacher, Ayya. What did you learn about facing degenerative illness and death living with Ajahn Vayama? I can tell you a whole retreat. To summarize it, facing degenerative illness, from my observation, Ayya Vayama said to me, I did have a conversation with her, she said she don't like it. Nobody would like to have any illness, let alone degenerative illness. But she accepted it with grace. I can assure you that all those people, all the carer, towards the end, last 2 years of her life, we have 24 hours. We have 24 hours carer. I even have some of you sitting here are the come and help me to be the volunteers. Some of the people here, they came midnight at 12 o'clock or stay overnight, stay at the Hermitage with me, and to help me to look after Ayya, to offer personal care. But why those people want to come? Ayya is so radiating this loving kindness. So practice your 4 Brahma Viharas before impermanence strike any one of us. And the carer love to come. I don't have any problem, unless there's sickness, to roster anyone in, because people want to be with her. So that's what I learned. The 4 Brahma Viharas, to be a good person. Ayya Vayama, so much mindfulness, she will notice someone that have a haircut, wearing the new shirt. She will stay up purposely until 12 o'clock when the volunteer comes. She will say, you have a haircut today, when she still can speak. This is very nice. She compliments them. You're wearing a very nice shirt. Out of kindness, feeling appreciative of what they have done for her. So she stay up during the time. I never feel any, I can tell you more story. Can I leave that for tomorrow? Okay, this one leave here. I'll tell you more story. I have written about and death, living with my experience, especially with degenerative illness. I'll say some more. I'll just keep going. If there's difficult one, I will put it here. I'll answer the quick one first. What is the difference between a brahmacharya, 8 precepts, and kamesu michachar? Thanks, Ayya. A brahmacharya is not having sexual intercourse, to be exact. And besides that, anything, intimacy related to that. So you are a celibate. Kame sumichachar, the 5 precepts, you live as a lay person. The major difference is you're committed to your partner, you're having intimacy with your partner, but not with someone else that you are not committed to. But for 8 precepts, you totally abstain from the intimacy. I hope it is clear enough. Dear Ajahn, how do we deal with thoughts that come to our mind related to a problem or a concern we may have? Same thing. You are talking about during the meditation, I assume. Same thing like any other thoughts, whether it is a problem right now or any thoughts that come, of course, during meditation, because what we have been doing earlier, it comes first. That's why the thinking comes. Whatever we are dealing right now, or just before you walk into the meditation. So stay back, watching it come and go. I use different tricks. I have mentioned, like, treat them like a guest, visitors. Let them come, Do not engage with them, and they will not say stay, because you're not talking to them. They'll just leave. So you do the same thing with your thoughts. This is one way. Another way is just sitting there watching. Do not engage. Do not buy in to they say, come, speak to me. Come, let's plan how to solve the problems. Plan A, B, C, D. That is not what you want to do during the meditation. Solve the problems outside. Another way is deal with whatever before you come here. If you can't, you just say, okay, I can't deal with this. I'll leave it until I come back. Be very clear with your mind. If it just, another way is sending your problems metta, loving kindness. Okay, problem, I do, just like just now I say, I promise I will come back. You just tell your problem. You will not run away. You'll come back to deal with it. But right now, you are meditating. You deal with this first before your problems when you go back home. Come back to me if it is not what you meant by doing meditation. Okay, I've got 2 more to go. I will finish this before I let you go. Do arahants have free will? No. It's still non-self, not out of our control. Everything is not me, mine, and not myself. I am not this person that have anxiety. I am not this person who cannot meditate. You are not the person who can meditate or cannot meditate. This is the label that you give yourself. Whether I cannot keep the 8 precepts if you are healthy enough. This is the label that you give yourself. So the Arahant do not have free will. They let go. They don't need free will. They will go with the flow, whatever come their way according to the karma. And also, what does it mean to take the 5 precepts formally? If I already following them, it is needed for one to attend 9 days retreat. One is, formally means you formally declare. You can come to a monastic, if you want to do that, to really make the determination. Just like, you can keep the 10 precept of being, leave a monastic precept at home, but you are not monastic. So you really want to do that, declaring that you are Buddhist. You're keeping the 5 precepts, not just following them. So by doing it formally, the other way is go kneel down in front of the Buddha. Take the precepts. That is formally in one way. But it's better to have a witness. The witness can be your friend or anyone, but better to be monastic for the very formally first time. Like you say, no, I'm keeping the 5 precepts now. Then you will take it seriously. So you can't sort of, sometimes keeping 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. So you're serious. You make a mistake, you know that you make a mistake. I have people that will come, they want to ask for forgiveness in front of the Buddha because they didn't keep the 5 precepts properly. So that is someone that would take their precepts seriously. And is it needed for you to attend a 9 days retreat? Not really if you are not ready. Of course, I will encourage you to do that. I didn't, but I jumped into the deep end. I'm keeping 311 rules and attending, I'm forever on the so-called on the like a retreat situation. So it is not necessary until you are ready. If you are not ready, it is too daunting. But I assure you that it is okay. Give it a go. If you can't do it, you don't know what to do, go for walks. Ajahn Brahm's retreat is the best one that you can come to. He will let you do whatever. I ever attend one of my retreat, 9 days, his 9 days retreat. Someone that's in the old place, Redemptionist Center. I saw someone that doing Tai Chi. He does Tai Chi all the time. Only time that he come in is when during the talk. And Ajahn Brahm said nothing. So that is a way that the teacher is trying to encourage you to give it a go. That's why we say, relax, go to sleep. We want you to have a positive, wholesome relationship with retreats so that you can come back again and again. And ties you that weekend, more weekend, and then 5 days, and then 9 days, and then longer. That's the tricks that we do. So give it a go. I assure you that that is okay. Final one. Ayya Seri. With meditation, is there anything else a person would get other than mindfulness? Do I have the time to explain? Do I leave it to tomorrow? Yes. Do I just give you a short answer? Everything that clarity of mind, mindfulness, awareness, calmness. Without that, without meditation, you cannot, and insight, to be able to see things clearly. Like when we talk about trust your heart. How do you trust your heart? One of the way, meditate. Sometimes you do not know what to do. There's problems present to you, tough problems. You need to make a quick decision. Just tell the person, I give you 3 minutes. Close your eyes. And the other thing is, you can't close your eyes, turn your back facing the wall. And just be quiet for a few minutes. And then make a decision, if you need to make the decision fast. That is one of the short benefits of meditation. Give you clarity of mind so that you can in touch with your heart, with your instinct, with your intuition. And remind yourself of all these things that you know. You don't need to be reminded, which one, which sutras. But that is already inbuilt in you. And with meditation, that allows you to get in touch with that. So that is a quick one. There's much more than that, but there is the major one. Yeah, I can see whether I can say something more. That is the end. I'm sorry that I'm a bit late, because I should finish at 9 p.m. I would like to share merits. So all of you have the chanting sheets, not in the book. The other side of the chanting sheet, share merits. For all the effort you put in goodness, in meditation, in keeping the precepts, and being kind. So share merits with your loved ones, with all beings everywhere. So we're going to chant that together. May the merits made by me, now or at some other time, be shared among all beings here, infinite, immeasurable, by rejoicing in this cause. The gifts of merits given by me, may beings all forever live a happy life, be free from hate, and may they find the path secure, and their good wishes all succeed. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we're going to do that again tomorrow. So now we're going to pay respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and then you can rest or continue your meditation. This is to remind us about the Buddha, the teaching of the Buddha, and enlightened Sangha. Last thing, before we go to rest and or continue practice. Arahan Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavantang Abhivademi. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sankho Sanghang Namami. And have a relaxing good night. May all of you be well. May all of you be well and happy.